that off lane position.
It's maybe still technically could be a Tusk off lane, and okay, they picked the TA.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel wait, MadFrog? I believe that's a Tusk off lane, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
One sec, let me check. Oh no, Malik. Sorry, Malik's the offlaner. Is this right? Is Liquipedia right? Is this a keeper of the light offlane, or is there some shenanigans going on here? I feel like
Malik is the offlane, because isn't Evo It's been a while since I casted boosters here. I'll be really honest with you.
Yeah, Evo's the mid. PLEB is the carry.
Yeah, I knew PLEB was the carry because we've seen PLEB during DPC as well.
He wants the 5.
Yeah. All right. Keeper of the light offlane.
Huh. That is interesting.
I'm here for it. I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but
I feel like it doesn't do that great against TA. You almost want to run the Dawnbreaker with the Coddle in the offlane against the TA, so that way you have a way of actually peeling off the refraction charges.
Yeah, I kind of like the Dawnbreaker in the offlane too, but perhaps they're not as comfortable with it, and that's why they wanted to run it as that support.
Yeah, I mean, like, even if it's a 5, like doing what Nigma did, which is like rotating the 5 to the offlane. They could also do
just
some
for
like
the burn from the hammer sort of thing for the refraction.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's just like trying it too hard to counter the TA, and then you have some like weird laning setup. But I'm interested to see how the Coddle offlane goes. I think that's, I mean, unless Liquipedia is just straight up wrong, and this is
I'm pretty sure Malik is the offlaner.
Or they're swapping, because like I know there have been teams in the past that have swapped the 3 and the 4 a bit, which would be very, very interesting, but we'll see.
We will see indeed as we get into game number 1 here of this group stage game. I, for one, am here for it. You know, it's one of those things like you want to play your style of Dota, you want to feel comfortable, and sometimes the best thing you can do against teams that are very, very good is to invite a little chaos in.
Yeah, this is a Coddle core. He's got a Quelling Blade.
Let's go. I like it. I like it. All right, how do you think this is gonna go, though?
I don't know. I gotta see what shenanigans they're doing. I feel like with this Quelling Blade, there could be some shenanigans. Cutting through trees and maybe cutting the second wave, or some tri-lane and Coddle cuts the wave. We'll see.
Now, the one thing I'm a little bit worried about here is that we have a Coddle off lane, and it's going to take a little while for the Ember Spirit to kind of come online, even longer for Faceless Void, and when the Chronosphere is down, they're not going to have great ways of being able to team fight necessarily. Is that going to end up coming back to bite them on the side of the boosters?
It could. I mean, if Ember's game is really good, then I feel like you can always fight, because you're just like fighting around his constant spell usage, because he's like tanky enough to just stay in and get multiple rounds of spells off. So if Ember has a good game, then the Chrono's not a problem. But yeah, they're pretty reliant on PLEB to have a solid showing here.
Yeah. And we've seen him in DPC before, you know, he can have some very good games, but it really does depend, you know, how much space can his team make for him, and also can they keep up the tempo against Spirit, because these guys play aggressive. Like, you look at this lineup, and they are going to be just running at them nonstop, especially once they hit that very specific timing. They are just absolutely incredible with the way that they move.
Yeah, and I think
PLEB here.
I don't know what kind of...
They're baiting a little bit, because they don't know that everybody's... Get the shards up over onto Mira. They'll go for the hammer play. Bat follow up with the ink swoop. Big Illuminate gonna land over onto 4. And now they're just gonna have to run back. Good stomp here from Collapse. This is looking like P1 is going to be the first blood, and it's gonna go over to Miposhka. So this is a very happy burb right now.
Where was the damage? I feel like Mira should have died instantly there. Inksoul OP at level 1, I guess, when you hit it on 4 guys. Collapse, by the way, has just Bracer Iron Branch start. And
he is
rushing.
a Chad player.
Wow, okay, he's sending out Iron Branches on the Courier, too. He's not even sending out any Tangos. That's kind of Chad.
Like I said, he is a Chad player. This is a guy to be watching. P1 doing the best, though, to just keep harassing Mira. Mira having that Ink Swell. Just going to use those spells. Does have to be careful. might fall here to P1. P1's pretty quick here, but no, they'll respect the tower. And almost managing. Oh, yep, they'll get the courier, so get the delivery here for those iron branches for collapse, but we'll end up losing the courier for now. I'm sure he'll just send a support if he really needs something.
You know, one thing with Centaur versus Void that changed, as I think Mira will probably die.
He's fine.
No, he's fine.
No, he's absolutely fine. They've got the ink swell. They've got plenty of damage. That's a dead P1, and they'll get a courier on the way out. So those tangos not going to be available for P1.
So Hoof Stomp is
harass
2
is real.
seconds. It's 2 seconds at level 1, which means Faceless Void cannot time walk it anymore. He could just time walk the damage before. That's kind of funny. This makes Centaur's level 1 actually really strong versus Faceless Void.
It is pretty wild to think about that. You know, we talked about how good the Phoenix would be in the lane against PLEB, and they're not even opting for it, right? They've got Mira and Collapse down here just bullying. And P1, you know, doing a good job of harassment, but there's only so much that he can do because PLEB just wants to hit creeps.
He does, but it's going to be hard against the Centaur. Miposhka on the top lane, since Grim is bot, it means this is a TA Phoenix lane. Not the strongest synergy between these two heroes, really. But, you know, you're playing into a Cuddle off lane, so I feel like TA's pretty free farm here in general.
I mean, the Meld Strike lasts for such a long time, and then when you couple that with the Flame Spirits, you know, just really sending that harass back over at, like, look at this, MadFrog's trying to hit away over on Miposhka. They did the Illuminate, though, but again, MadFrog, he just can't get enough damage off. Malik, a couple more clicks, not enough to get the kill on Miposhka. And Yatoro just going to be able to use those side blades to continue to harass. It should be a free lane for this TA for the most part.
Yeah, but I think Caudle also, I mean, there's been some crazy lane shenanigans going on, but Caudle should free farm here too. Like, I don't really see what a TA does to a Caudle other than, like, I guess, get a few
Kills him
denies.
eventually?
No, I don't think so. Like, how do you catch a Caudle? So? No, he's fast. Like, if you're a Caudle and you get caught out by a Phoenix TA, like, you've really screwed up somewhere.
I mean, that's true, just within the laning stage. But once we get that next level online, oh, bottom lane, they do manage to miss the stomp, but they'll land the Inkswell over on P1, continue to put some pressure down as PLEB will trade back with Mira. I think when you get the rotation, though, coming out from, oh, okay. Never mind. So it wasn't a Caudle who died in the top lane, but it was the Tusk.
Yeah, they're just doing some trading action, and he was a little bit too low. I mean, Phoenix basically wins any trade, again, especially against these like right-click heroes because of Fire Spirits. Team Spirit is just kind of outlaning them on all 3 lanes.
PLEB, oh. Nicely done here in this bottom lane. This combo is actually so sick against Faceless Void.
Especially also because Mira has Phantom's Embrace. A lot of the time you'll see a 1-0-2 build from Grimstrokes. But realizing like he doesn't need the Stroke of Fate because Collapse is going to be pushing the lane anyway. He doesn't need any help to secure range creeps either, so just go for the silence.
I mean, the whole name of the... I feel like a lot of the times the name of the game is let's get Collapse real big and have him become a huge problem. And with this particular hero being able to assist the Centaur, it's looking pretty good for that.
Yeah, he's looking like a big boy as Miposhka 1v2ing up here.
Yeah, it's actually wild. I mean, does have the Icarus dive, so he's going to be able to get away, but does have to watch out for the Illuminate. Malik is channeling. He's going to just flap those little...
Nope, it's
still right on the cusp of it. Yeah, the tip. Got to keep that morale up here. Almost managing the sidestep. Bottom lane, the rinse and repeat, though, over here on PLEB. Although this time he manages to get rid of the Phantom's Embrace, so it's not going to result in a kill, but it's got to make him feel very, very nervous because he doesn't have much regen left at this point. In fact, they're going to go for a little bit of a dive, but P1 slowing down Mira just a little bit. They'll clean up the creeps and Collapse. He's a tanky boy. He's already got the Vanguard online. Turns back around. He's going to just take his pick on which heroes he wants to go give a couple clicks to. Yeah, throwing out the taunt. They do have the Inkswell too if they want to opt for it. See the hammer. Starburst not, Starbreaker not going to be able to quite connect here. So again, just a lot of trading in this bottom lane.
I do enjoy Starburst quite a lot. It's one of my favorite
I know
candies.
you do, buddy.
As Mira, yeah, he was Mira was baiting his wand charges, his delectable wand charges. There was really not much of kill threat onto him, even though it looked like it, and they were chasing him. Like he knew with the 10-1, like he'll be fine.
We did see a little bit of this rotation over here in the mid lane, though, as Miposhka and TORONTOTOKYO. He has the Arcane Rune.
Oh, he's
bit
in.
of an Icarus dive here coming out from Miposhka. P1 making his own rotation, but they have the drag form. Mira making his way over here as well. Goes for that Starbreaker. Look, the turn around here with the Inkswell, with the silence over onto P1. TORONTOTOKYO giving off a couple of these clicks. Needs a little bit more damage. Nice body blocks coming out from MadFrog, though. Is it going to be enough? Now the fire coming out from TORONTOTOKYO will ensure that they get the kill. They've got a Cardi Wave. Still have some time left on the Dragon Form. Just about to go out, though. So a decent amount of damage placed on the mid tower with plenty of rotations here to try to protect it.
Yeah, that the whole time, I mean, the kill's one thing, but Spirit gets a ton of damage on the tower. It's almost dead. I really like the builds that they're doing on TORONTOTOKYO, who has no boots. Just went for the stat components of his boots, and then on the bottom lane, Collapse. He's going for Vanguard Hood. So no boots. Like, they just want to sit and play the lanes and be greedy. They know they can farm all 3 lanes right now, and they're literally not buying boots. That's how much they know that they're not going to run between lanes here.
Bottom lane, the pressure on. PLEB, he accepts his fate. But yeah, I think that's really interesting, the fact that they're just foregoing the boots. Especially with the Dragon Knight, you know, being able to just get those stat items. That's not common, right?
No, and look at this Collapse. Also, he didn't go for Stampede. He's gone 4 points in Retaliate at level 7. So they're 100% just out greeting here. That's all. I mean, it looks like the right take. I don't see what deboosters can do to punish this right now. And they're even letting Phoenix take the top lane as well. So Miposhka is getting really fat up here too. They're getting a lot of gold, dude. There's a lot of gold.
It's all going to plan. Looks like Faceless Void did opt to pick up the Chronosphere, but I have a feeling they'll be using it more as a means of escape. As again, see the attack being placed over onto P1. They're attracting a lot of attention as Dawnbreaker is going to die. Malik making his way over here, channeling up the Illuminate. You can see that the Ember Spirit also making his way over, but it's looking pretty difficult for them to do much to Collapse. He's so tanky. He's got his Hood. He's got his Vanguard. He's got Mira standing nearby if necessary. Like, look at this race. They can't get their hands on him for long enough to get a kill. Gonna have to commit. And now they do. They go and they use the Chronosphere, but they don't have enough damage. TORONTOTOKYO makes his way back down, finds himself Evo. He's gonna dish out the damage. Just have that one remnant up as Yatoro also making his way over. The chase is on. They'll throw out that hammer. TORONTOTOKYO chasing after Evo here over on the side. Eventually does manage to close the gap. So they get the kill on Ember. Now Yatoro chasing after MadFrog. Collapse. They started off this whole fight wanting to kill the Centaur, and they have not managed to do it. So MadFrog, you know, he's trying to buy some space, buy some time, but eventually he will just crumble here as most of Team Spirit made their way to this bottom lane to protect Collapse, put some pressure on the tower. And while this is all going on, you still have a Phoenix in that top lane. Getting some XP and gold.
I think those rotations were really good from Spirit. It was at the point where, like, oh, they're wrapping around. They're still going.
Oh, they're still going. Yeah, they see Evo. They're going to throw out the silence. So the Phantom's Embrace does connect. Just gets slowed a little bit. TORONTOTOKYO is now chasing after P1. But no blink online just yet here for this DK. It would be incredible if it was already there, but not there just yet. So they're going to be allowed to live and walk out. And Phoenix getting closer and closer to that level 6 in the top lane.
I can't take my eyes off of Collapse. Maybe this is an off-lane bias here, but he's going Brown Boots Heart is in his quick buy. So
they don't have the damage. Like,
he's just trying to be immortal.
He can definitely do this. He can be greedy. He can absolutely be greedy. In fact, we see that Stampede turning back around on Evo. They need just a little bit more damage. Snowball, though, coming into play. Might be able to finally punish Mira here. Mira, yeah, he's trapped in there with all the creeps. He's hoping that Collapse can maybe make something happen. But, again, it's 3 heroes now chasing after Collapse. They do get his courier. But he's attracting so much attention and making so much space here for the rest of his team.
The boosters don't really feel comfortable chasing him like they did the first time because Team Spirit showed that they're more than willing to, like, relocate even their TA if the chase on Collapse is too far. So Collapse basically just gets to go down here and do this like crazy shit, have 4 heroes rotate towards him and just walk away scot-free with brown boots.
A little bit of harassment being placed over onto MadFrog as TORONTOTOKYO pops the dragon form. Getting closer now to that blink dagger. And it looks like they're going to start making their way top on the side of Team Spirit, or at least turn their attention to some of these delicious camps. PLEB is struggling against Miposhka.
He's got egg.
He's got Chronosphere too. Look, he can't even hit him. Look how slow he is. Oh, all right. They're going to have to send the Dawnbreaker in here to make sure that they get the kill on Miposhka. But that is a Chronosphere. That got used.
That's 4 people killing a 5 Phoenix there. I mean, they have...
the Faceless Void couldn't even get the final hit. So that feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, they have to make plays like this at this point. This is like, I want to say this is the most like uneventful shellacking that I've ever seen. It just, Team Spirit is completely out-greeting the boosters. It's not like one of these games where they're running around getting all these like epic kills. They're just...
Yeah.
They're just going stat items and being like, we're going to farm right in front of your face. What are you going to do about it? Like, come kill us. We don't even care.
I mean, it's working too. That's like the craziest thing about it is it's not, you know, the shellacking in terms of kill after kill after kill, like you said. It's just... We don't care that you're in this game, essentially what it comes down to.
Yeah, they're just better at farming. They're just doing way better at farming.
In the mid lane, and try to put some more pressure on TORONTOTOKYO, but they just don't have enough to slow them down. The Soulbind's going to get used over on MadFrog. Doesn't have anyone to quite connect to, but it will slow him down enough so that Yatoro can get himself a kill.
That would have been a big kill if they get TORONTOTOKYO. I feel like he's not in a position where he wants to be like space creating on the mid lane, you know, like space creating on the mid lane doesn't even exist because you're not dragging anybody anywhere they don't want to go by bringing them there because you can just easily run anywhere from the mid lane. So if he died there, it would have been bad, but they were just baiting with the Centaur ulti.
More pressure being placed on Miposhka in the top lane. You can see that P1 does get spotted out by the creeps. Miposhka trying to throw some more damage over onto PLEB. He's got a bit deep here, so he's going to have to go and use the egg, and it's going to... Oh my god!
Wow.
The egg does not survive, but there was enough burn damage there to get a kill on PLEB. Nicely played here, coming out from Miposhka, but they also find a kill in the mid lane, and they get the pick off over on Evo.
Yeah, that's disastrous when your 5 Phoenix is picking up kills like that.
This is looking very bad for MadFrog too. Another kill for TORONTOTOKYO, most likely. Even though Mira went in for that stroke of fate, hoping that maybe he could get the last hit. And we've just seen Collapse. He just parked himself in this bottom lane. They can't do anything against him.
Yeah, he's almost got his full Reaver. That'll be 400 gold. He has that. He's going to be walking around with like...
Oh my god.
6,000 effective HP at 20 minutes. I mean, that's just insane.
You can't do anything to this guy.
Yeah, they need the Vessel. That's what they really need. Malik is going to have it now. So it's not like all hope is not completely lost against this Centaur. But even with the Vessel, it's a lot of effective HP against the Hood and the Vanguard and the Regen.
All right. Yeah, they just blink away. They went for a smoke play here. They do have the Chronosphere and a double damage. TORONTOTOKYO, though, is getting in position. If they start to walk up that cliff, they're going to have a rude awakening. And it looks like the boosters, they're realizing, okay, they probably sensed something's up. There's no point in us trying to make this happen because we're going to play right into their hands. So they're going to back off to their triangle, continue to farm. And Team Spirit is just going to continue doing Team Spirit things here in this bottom lane where Collapse has not left.
And Yatoro is going for an Aghanim Scepter. So no blink, just absolute greed, planning to farm more and more of the map. It seems like they've discussed that maybe it's against the boosters they feel like they can do this because they feel like they're just a way stronger team, or maybe it's because of this Coddle off lane and very little ability to pressure for deboosters. But Team Spirit, they've had the discussion. Let's just farm, like build items to scale, and we're gonna beat them. And 14k gold lead at 15 minutes. That's a lot for this few kills.
It's like we said earlier, Team Spirit, I mean, I've been watching Spirit for a long time now, and that's one thing that, you know, they've consistently been good at, is that once they start to get that momentum going, they just keep running at you. And at the same time, their gold lead just continues because they're smart about the way that they take these fights. So they're going to open up, and again, it's collapse. What are you going to do, this guy? This guy doesn't care. There's going to be the stampede. They dive a little bit deeper behind the tower, but in comes the rest of the team. Miposhka going to throw out the Icarus dive. They get the soul bind off over onto the side. They're going to kill over onto MadFrog. First and foremost, that silence, the chain, everything over here. Can they finish off PLEB is the question. He goes for the Chronosphere, does manage to go and grab the TA, but they need some more damage as the egg does eventually come out here. Toro's sitting very, very low, but they've already lost P1. They've lost PLEB. Yatoro's going to survive this, and now it's looking not great for Evo. He's going to have to use the Revenant to get away as the Sunray coming out from Miposhka, and this is the problem with the Coddle off lane, is that he can just be run down very easily like this. So the only survivor here looks like it is Evo. I think the Tusk died earlier in that fight in this top tower. Very easily going over to the side of Team Spirit. Oof. Yeah.
That looks like a ski slope. That's looking like a triple black diamond right there.
I think a triple black diamond has more ups and downs to it.
I see. So maybe
this
that's
is more of a steep bunny hill, I think.
One of those child
Sunray
slopes,
coming out again. They're just healing up Yatoro here. They just don't seem to have enough damage to get the kills. It's a double kill now. P1 to full, Evo to full. They've got the spirits down. Nice snipe coming out from Mira with that stroke of fate. They have a vessel online here from the side of Spirit.
Collapses a heart.
Just running at it. He's got a full heart. You can't do anything to this man's.
I think we had the 420 there for a second there, by the way.
Did we? Did we have the meme number?
Yeah. Maybe we get a replay of that. So, yeah, that should be a pretty free Roche. There's a TA on the side of Team Spirit. Pulls a Phoenix. Centaur with the heart. I mean, he gets soloed at this point. He's almost got as much HP as a Roshan.
Here we go. This is a little bit of that replay of that first fight in the upper portion where we lose MadFrog pretty fast. Soulbind over on the 2 on the side with the silence.
Yeah. It is.
A little bit of a chrono, but they don't have enough damage, and that egg right outside makes it so scary here.
Yatoro was so close to dying there, but Spirit did such a good job at protecting him.
Sunray coming in, yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
I get to see a double damage rune is available bottom. That's Spirit though. Oh my god. Going for the shard next over on the centaur. What do we have? These items are just. You look at Grimstroke. You look at poor Mira. He's getting something brought out to him though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that ether lens.
He's got the ether lens.
He's a big boy. He'll be fine. Yeah, Miposhka's just like, look at me. I'm the 4 now. Yeah, he is.
That Spirit Vessel is so good.
Yeah, he's very farmed. I think this is something that good teams do, by the way, 100%, is that sometimes, like, the 5 is just the hero that can take a lot of the space. And Phoenix obviously incredibly good at scaling, so just deciding, like, okay, Phoenix is going to be farmed this game. Even though he's usually the 5, he's going to farm, because it just makes more sense.
Just because he's getting what he needs. And look at this, they just jump right over onto Malik. They're going to try to go in with the Solar Guardian, which will connect, but they can't save him in time. Did manage to get a kill over on the Courier, so that's going to be a BKB that'll take a little bit longer to get to Toronto-Tokyo. But the rest of his team is just doing whatever they want over here. They're cutting waves. They're just digging up kobolds. What do you do if you're deboosters right now?
Yeah, Spirit is not getting enough kills because they're just hitting creeps, and they're like, you know, I'll dig up a kobold, more creeps.
More gold on the map?
More gold,
yes,
yep. I don't know what you do to this. There's no killing collapse. He will not be dying in this game, I think.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect game. I mean, as we say that, maybe that can be the goal to boosters, is we'll get 1 kill on collapse, guys. 1 kill.
I don't even think it's worth going on him.
And Blink 4 from Toronto-Tokyo, plus the lockdowns. Breaker comes out, but Malik, still dead, and so is P1. This base honestly just belongs to the side of Team Spirit. They can do whatever they want in it. And you look at this, the heroes over on the side of deboosters. Void knows he can't do much of anything. He's just trying to cut waves here. Collapse is literally just tanking the tower for funsies right now as he makes his way to the bottom one, too.
I don't know what he's doing, actually. Cutting the bot wave, I guess?
I don't know. I wonder what his... I feel like if we go to the cams right now, he's just got his, like, arms behind his head, just like,
Yeah, he's chilling.
fine.
He's chilling. I think he thought his team was going to get the mid wave.
MadFrog now is taking so much damage here from Miposhka with that Spirit Vessel. He realizes, like, I have to TP away. Go for the Stampede. Not going to be able to quite grab PLEB in time. It was very close, though, with that blink.
Okay, so that's a little bit of a grace period for the boosters. Their split pushing action has resulted in Spirits also splitting up to try to stop them. But now they
has double the net worth of this Void.
That's right, Moxie. That's right. Coddle offlane is the most farmed guy on the boosters, which is not what you want to see.
And there's a blink being delivered to Collapse right now, who is so tanky. And he's already just been running at them with his face. Now he's just gonna blink and run in your face.
Yeah, I think that'll be converted into a strength blink at some point, because that's kind of the greedy fun item that you can get when you're owning. Does have that Lotus Orb queued up though.
I mean, just no mercy being shown here by the side of Team Spirit.
No, they're trying to use this Aegis.
Yeah, they're just throwing him at the tower. BKB is completed now for Toronto-Tokyo. Did finally get delivered. The courier did die earlier. And it's just, how do you do anything? Like, they're just trying to ignore Collapse. It's pretty hard, though.
Yeah, he is feeling pretty strong. I mean, I'm not used to seeing a Centaur level 16 with these items, if I'm being honest. It looks weird. What do you do? What do you do? Is there any vessel charges? There's no vessel charges either. I think with a vessel, he literally cannot die.
It's... Alright, Snowball gonna buy them a little bit more time, but no, look at this damage. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they are both down here. They'll go for the Egg Sunray as they jump onto PLEB over to the back lines. I think he was hoping maybe he could get a cheeky chrono or something, but the damage just isn't there. Stampede's gonna come out. They'll chase after Malik. Go right all the way to the base, I'm sure, if they wanted to. Collapse. By a little bit. Oh, Toronto-Tokyo. All right, he's getting a little greedy here. He's taking a decent amount of damage, but gonna be able to flap those little dragon wings away. They bought back over on the Ember. This is feeling like there's not much that Boosters is going to be able to do here.
Yep, Collapse is going in 1v5.
Yep.
And they can't do anything. I see. This makes sense.
Get this nice debate there as they'll go hold them together. Snowball gonna, oh boy, that is gonna be a very dead MadFrog on the back end. P1 next to die. MadFrog, there he is. He is now dead. And there's a Chronosphere here, so it looks like PLEB will finally get himself a kill on Mira. Mira's gonna buy back immediately though, so, you know, PLEB finding himself that one kill this game as Evo gets immediately murdered for stepping out, and now Malik, he's trying to do whatever he can here. It's looking pretty difficult. He wants Toronto-Tokyo, and he needs a little bit more damage, but it's just not quite there as a Snowball. They really want this kill. MadFrog, no! MadFrog, he is super dead, and it's looking like a dead PLEB too. It's a triple kill now for Toronto-Tokyo. They call GG. They have had enough, Dakins.
I like that PLEB buys back anyway, though, and presses Mask of Madness. It's like,
I mean,
dude,
they look to be in good spirits during that, you know?
Yeah.